John Campbell here with the market report for winter livestock. Tuesday, December the 8th, the handle 9,100 cattle had an outstanding run of just some long strings of reputation calves and feeders this week. Hats certainly off to all of the producers. Thank you so much for the excellent complement of calves, and to the winter livestock crew. They did a tremendous job merchandising all of these cattle extremely timely. But you look into the market, I thought the calf deal steady. You could sure make a case in spots on some of those outstanding consignments for it to be a couple, $2, $3 better in the extremes. But bulk of the 3-weight calves would bring $2 up to $2.07. The 4-weight calves, it's really kind of two markets, and it's just the discipline that is buying the cattle. The cattle just weighing $4.40. Why you can get up in the 90s for those cattle, 190 up to 198. But it's a different segment of the population that's buying those 450 to 480 weight cattle. The bulk of those cattle would bring $1.65 to 75. The good 5-weight steer calves, and I'm talking about the thin weaned front end of them, would bring 170, 175. The same story. You get over 5.5, you're selling to a completely different persuasion, and those cattle largely in the 160s. We're really starting to see some spread between the weaned calves and the non-weaned calves. Those weaned calves by far and away outnumber the non-weaned ones, so there's a great selection available out there, and buyers certainly discounting those calves that are coming right off the cow. Bulk of the 6-weight calves, 155 to 165, and I'd the top end of that, just weighing 6 at 165, we'd trade a lot more of them from 45 to 55 than we would 60 to 65. We had some outstanding calves weighing 7 and 8. Weaned, and most of them were all backgrounded, but tremendous genetics on these calves. 7-weight calves, 135 to 145. The 8-weight cattle, 130 to 138. Most of the 9-weight feeding steers would bring in the low 130s. Over on the heifer complex, little lightweight heifer calves, surprisingly with 9,000 cattle, not a lot of them to offer. Little 3-weight calves are just mission impossible here in December, but they'd bring 60 to 65. More 4-weight calves showing up. They would bring kind of the same from 160 up to 167. The 5-weight heifer calves, a bulk of them, and I'd be telling you about the better end of the thin weaned calves, 140 to 149. You get into the 6-weight calves, the thin calves with a lot of genetics and performance to them, 137 to 145, but you'd see more of these 6-weight heifers bring from 132 to 137 than you would up into the 140s. 7 and 8-weight heifers, again, we had an excellent selection of them from 127 up to 130, 31, 32. Cows and bulls, I thought a couple, $2, $3 better. Packers trying to surround themselves with some inventory right here ahead of the holidays. You know, a subject pretty sensitive, and I certainly don't address it very often, but that is the subject of birth control. And I couldn't help but think about it with the National Finals Rodeo taking place now down in Texas. And I remember a lesson that I learned in college, and that is, do you know what a barrel racer uses as a contraceptive? Well, the answer obviously is her personality. And many women have said that, just to be fair, that calf ropers have perfected the same method. I'll talk to you again next week.